Alright, I'm gonna show you how to replace sounds in The Sims 4. No one really told me how to do this. I had to kinda figure it out on my own, but might as well help some other people with it. Well, first you gotta do is download the Sims 4 sound tool. I will put it in the description. It's a tool that you can copy sound files from the game, and you can also make a package file with new sounds. So I'm going to show you that later. First of all, you have to, of course, download it here and just download it here. Then, when you have downloaded it, you will also need a different file that this tool needs. I think it was somewhere here. Here. And then you just download the first one. Now, next what you do is you go to your Sims folder, and you just once you have downloaded the file from Sound Tools, you will have a zip file from here, and then you also have a file from EA layer. Well, what you do is one of the easiest steps in this tutorial. You go to the Sims 4 folder, or actually it doesn't really matter what folder. I just have it in here because it's nice to have. So you make a folder, or you put all the files from the Sims 4 Sound Tools zip file, and you put it all in here. Just everything. Then the file from EA layer, the newest one, you put the EA layer exe or whatever is in that zip file and just put it all in the Sims 4 sound tool, because the Sims 4 sound tool needs it. It's like a requirement to make it work. You open it up. You'll probably have to, maybe you will have to change some things, where maybe like the Sims 4 folder is located, like this one, and where your all your game passes are, or game packs are. Now, you can change any sound file you want, anything. It doesn't matter what it is. Maybe like the birthday sound effect, or maybe like the cheer up sound effect. Doesn't matter what it is, you can change it. I really hate the werewolf sound when they're howling or anything like that, because it sounds so bad. I hate it. When I made my werewolf, I want it to like sound cool, because it's a werewolf. But the Sims 4 said no, so I had to change stuff. So what you do is you search up in a sound event. At least mine is a sound event, because sound events are more like animations or things that happen, like maybe a vampire fight or anything like that. It makes a sound like howling. When your werewolf howls, it does an animation and it does a sound with it. That's a sound event, or just an event that creates sound. It doesn't matter. Now, I really hate the default howling, so I search up here. VO means voice line, pretty much. So you see, here are like the abilities for howling, but I want the standard one here. VO werewolf basic howl. You can also just listen and hear if it's the one you want. Well, that was pretty ass. So you can also change any voices of like the characters, or maybe like a kitten or a cat. Doesn't matter. I don't think they have voice lines for werewolves, but it's all just standard in here. The shitty part of this, you can change everything, but it's a headache to do. Or you can just figure out what voice you have. It's also very easy to figure out which one is your voice by just going into the game, having this sound tool open, and listening to see if you make the exact same sound as they do. Because every voice makes a different. It's just a little different. So it's pretty easy to like figure out which voice is from your character. And then it's a little easier and less work. I have male voice 1, and it's very easy to change these howls. The only thing is, I don't think you can add more howls than these three voice lines. Some voices have more voice lines than only 3. Then you're lucky. Then you have more variation. Maybe there are like 5 or 4 voice lines. Then you can like have more variation than only 3 howls. So that's pretty cool. What you can do is you have to clone it to be able to change stuff. So you can clone it, and then you can give it a resource name, or maybe you could give it a whole different name. Maybe like just howling werewolf, just for now. Doesn't matter. You click on OK, and then you go to. It doesn't matter where. Maybe you want it already in your mods. You can see I already changed a lot of stuff. You can literally just put it here. It doesn't really matter that much. It will become a mod file though. You have to like think of that though. You will just have to drag the package file at the end, of course. You have to drag the package file into your Sims mods. And here you can have, here you can see that it turned into female voice 1 again. So you have to really be careful that you don't change the voice lines you don't want to change, and otherwise it will give you a headache. So I just choose mine, and what I do is I delete the ones that I don't want. First though, before you do that, you have to know these codes to be able to change it. For later, just do it, trust me. Otherwise, it will become really annoying later on. So you can just like screenshot it. This is like the important bits, the sound sample IDs. Okay. What you now do is you have to delete them. That's why I took a screenshot so I don't forget. What you do then, you search up sound files for werewolves or wolves. Doesn't really matter. You can also just go on YouTube and search up werewolf HD howling. Here. I have it from the other time still. And you can like listen to the whole thing. Maybe you like a howl here. It's kind of loud, but you can like save the sound files by just like going in here and going to a YouTube converter, getting an MP3, and it has to be an MP3 though. That's like, you have to do that to be able to add it in here, because it will need an MP3, as you can see. Well, while my video is downloading, or when my MP3 is downloading, I'll show you how to install the next tool you will need. It's called the Sims 4 Studio. I'll have this link in the description also. You just go down, installer or zip, it doesn't really matter. I chose zip, because I don't really trust exes no more. At least like installer exes. You can do it, it's probably safe, of course. A lot of people use this. It's not like a virus or anything like that. There's also an alternate download link for Mega if you like that more and faster download speed. You can do that. With this, it's the exact same thing. I have it in my Sims 4 folder here, and you can just drag and drop, I think, everything in here. Then you can just, as for Studio, you can start it up, and it'll look something like this. and just leave this open. I just did a random creator name. It doesn't really matter. Okay, while my thing downloaded here, my sound effect. Let's see if it worked. I forgot to say here that it's smart to have 1 second before and 1 second after your sound effect just to be silent, so it doesn't sound like cut off like what will happen to me later on. It's just easy to, you know, to not make it sound shit. I want like all the howls to sound like this. Just of course you wouldn't want this because you want some variation, but just for the test now, I'll just do one. I'll put it here on here. Then it's quite easy. What you have to do, you literally just have to open the sound tool you already have open and you made a thing for and cloned it. You just have to add it in here, and maybe desktop, and you can do it here, and then open. If you want to have a multiple sound effects from the same sound effect file, you can't add multiple of the same name. You have to Control C and just V and just make 2 different ones. Of course, I did on my different screen. Here you can see copies. As you can see, they have different names, but they're the same sound effect. It's just better to do, otherwise you get some weird issues later on. At least I had those. Then you open them. As you can see, you can even like listen to them to make sure they're working. Again, you have to have the screenshot open, or like, so you can see what sound IDs you had. The reason why I like copied the same sound effect 3 times is because you can't just only do one sound effect in there. Because if you do, and you have like 3 voice lines and you only add 1 of your own, then it will still have the chance to do the 2 other ones that you didn't replace because you only added 1 sound effect. That's why I added 3, so there's 0 chance that the default ones play. Then you click save, and the package has been saved. So now the package has been saved and you see everything's gone. You think, oh no, what happened? Well, don't worry about it, you clicked save. So what you have to do is you have to go to documents again, or where you stored your mod. Where you stored your mod. And you can see here, this is the one I just made for the tutorial here. What you do now is you open the Sims 4 Studio that you just downloaded. Go to My Projects, and you click the one you just made, the dot package, because the sound tool made a dot package for you, like a mod file. You open it, it loads. This is where I finally figured out how to do this. You go to an audio vocal, so that's the VOs, you know, the howling sound effect. And these are just the standard codes, as you can see. If I make it bigger, as you can see, it has a whole different code than the vanilla one. This is like the vanilla one, and this is the modded one, or like the howling that I just downloaded and put in the sound file. So what you do is it's very easy, or you can type it over, or you can open Sound Tool again and go to Werewolves, and then a sound event that is VO underscore Werewolf basic. I typed it wrong. Basic howl. Here you go. Then you go to male voice 1 or whatever voice you have. And you don't need the screenshot, but if you just want to do a lot of them, it's a hassle to keep opening Sound Tool and go to towards the one you want to change. So you can double click, I think, or Control C and V. So now this sound sample is the sound ID from the vanilla default howling, the one I hate so much to say. And the thing you do is you literally just take it here, paste it. Be sure to backspace here because it's a hidden space there, and it will say something went wrong. And backspace here. Now you copy this. You leave the last one here. It's for later use, and you just click over here, and you see it changed. Now you go to the next one, and as you can see, it's almost the same thing. That's why I copied like until here, because it's literally the same thing, only the ending is different. So you can just like, whoop, and it changed. You can do it to the different one, whoop, and a 3, boom. Now it's like the same sound IDs. It doesn't replace your actual default Sims 4 sound. So you don't have to worry about that. You can always change it because it becomes a mod file. You can just take it out the folder, change it again using this. It's relatively easy. What you then do is you save, and your package has been saved. So now it got kind of like replaced by the Sims 4 Studio. And that's all you had to do. That's literally all it. And you can now just put it in your mods folder. And I'll take the default one of mine out, so this one works. The one from the tutorial works. And now let's see in game. So now that we're in the game, you can just howl and see if it worked, or just anything really. Maybe you did a different one, it doesn't matter. You can just see if the effect worked, and if not, you can just exit the game, see my video again if it worked, and if not, maybe look online, but it's very hard to find. Trust me, I tried. Now let's see if it worked. It worked. I could hear from the cutoff that I didn't download the file correctly, but that's fine. You can just redo the thing again that I did. Like I said, you can do this with any sound effect in the game. Doesn't matter what it is. With some, it is kind of different to do, but I'm not really sure. I only did the werewolf shit, but I think you can do it with any sound effect in the game. Well, that was my tutorial how to change sound effects in The Sims 4 and how to replace it using a mod or your own mod. And if you have any questions, just put them down in the comments and I'll try to help you. Like I said, I don't really know what I'm doing, but it works, so I thought maybe other people would like to replace sound effects too. Well, thank you for watching.